Hi, this is another video sponsored by Casio Malaysia. So in this video, I will teach you how to use the calculator to actually find the unit vector, and at the same time, I will teach you how to find the magnitudes of the vector as well. So let's have a look at these questions. So you have a vector AB, which is 3i minus 4j. So we know that actually we can write our vector AB in the terms of column vector. So I will say AB will equals to 3 minus 4. Alright, so I hope you still recognize both of these signs. So the first one, if you see the modular sign for vector AB, so basically this modular sign means magnitudes in this topic. Okay, what's the meaning of magnitude? Basically is another words telling you they want to find the length of the vector AB. And if you see this sign at vector topic, this one means unit vector. Yeah, sometimes in the exam, the question will straight away tell you that, okay, they want to find a unit vector. Alright, let's have a look at the magnitude first. So you should know about the magnitudes formula, which is the length. Length, we always use the Pythagoras, right? So let's say the vector A is equals to 1 and 2, or let's use x and y. If you want to find the magnitude, which is the length of A, so which is the square root of x squared plus y squared. Okay, this is what happens for this topic. So imagine, okay, if vector AB is 3, negative 4, so it's kind of like 3 minus 4. 3, negative 4. So this one will be the vector of A to B. This is my vector, isn't it? Vector AB. So if I want to find the length of AB, definitely you know that you learned about Pythagoras before, right? So if I want to find the length of AB, which is magnitude of AB, I will basically do the 3 square plus negative 4 square. And then we'll square root it, I will get 5. So therefore, the answer for part 1, the length or magnitudes of AB, vector AB, is basically 5. Alright, so how are we going to use the calculator to check the answer for this one? So for the scientific calculator, they have a function called POL, P-O-L here, actually stand for polar. They're actually used for the polar topics here, but you can kind of use it because the POL over here, basically they will help you to find the length of your hypotenuse. So yeah, which is the Pythagoras. You know this line here, we actually call hypotenuse, isn't it? So basically, this calculator will help you to straight away find the length of hypotenuse, but you need to insert both your x value and your y value first. So when I want to key into the calculator, I want to make sure I will use the POL, and then he will give you a bracket, and then I will insert my x value first, and then I will put the comma, and then insert my y value, and then the calculator will basically tell me what is my hypotenuse. Definitely they will use the radius to represent it, because this one actually for the calculator is a circle. It is a circle here, and then this one will be the center point. Alright, and then the calculator will tell you the angle also, but then in this topic we do not need the angle. We just need to know what is our radius. So we just need to understand radius basically means the hypotenuse. Okay, let's test this out. Okay, so I will just type the button shift, and then I go for plus, because you see the POL on the top here. So I do plus here. Alright, so in this case, my x value is 3, my y value is negative 4. So I just type 3. And the comma sign is hidden here. So I just type shift, comma, and then minus 4. And then I will go to the bracket, and then I type equal. And then you can see that straight away tell me my radius, which is my hypotenuse, or in this case it will be my magnitude, which is 5 here. So you can see I will get 5. Alright, so I want to test is this methods work for all the right angle triangle. You can always do that. So let's say I have the right angle triangle, which is 5 and 12, of course we know by doing the Pythagoras, the length of this one will be 13, right? Because it's just 12 square plus 5 square, you square it, you should get 13. So let's test it out using this calculator. So I will type shift pole. Alright, then I will type 5 and then shift comma 12 here. And then the calculator should tell me that my radius is 13. Then I type equal. You can see my R is 13 here. So this one, the angle here, I will just ignore. Maybe in the future, we will discuss about the polar topic for PU. Then maybe we will go more deep into it. Right, so yeah, this method is quite good for you to check your answer whenever you have the Pythagoras. In this case, yeah, you can use it to help you to find the lengths of the vector or the magnitudes of it. Alright, if you understand the length already, then the next thing is you need to know like how to find a unit vector. Alright, we have a formula for a unit vector, isn't it? Because we know that if vector A equals to xy, or sometimes they just write xi plus yj. Okay, they might write like this. Then if you want to find a unit vector of A, it's basically is 1 over length of A multiply xy, or is in the I and j form, they will just write xi plus yj and then over the length of A. Okay, in short, it's basically the vector A over length of A. This is how we find the unit vector of it. Okay, just depends how you want to label it. And we already know how to find our length, right? Basically, the length is basically Pythagoras, x squared plus y squared. Yeah, we can do this. Alright, so I'm going to show you the manual way first. Okay, if I want to find a unit vector of AB, this is what I will do here. So I will say unit vector of AB will equals to 1 over length of vector AB and then multiply the vector AB. Alright, so length of AB we already found at the part 1, which is 5. So this is 1 over 5. Multiply the vector AB. What's in my vector AB? Which is 3, negative 4. So if I multiply 1 over 5 for 3 and the 1 over 5 for 4, so basically what I will get here will be 3 over 5, which is about 0.6. And then if I multiply 1 over 4 for 1 over 5 for negative 4, then I should get a negative 0.8. Negative 0.8. So this one will be my unit vector. If you ask me what's the meaning of unit vector, it's kind of like this. Let's say this vector itself is what, 3i minus 4j, isn't it? But because the length is 5, so that means this vector basically I can divide them into the 5 different parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so if I want to know what is one unit, so basically I would just take one of the units. So this one is what we call unit vector. So that means one unit here is basically 0.6 and negative 0.8. If you plus all the 5 units here, you are getting back the vector AB. Alright, this is the meaning of unit vector, but we try to use the calculator to find the unit vector. Okay, this is how you can use a calculator to find a unit vector. First thing, you go in the menu and then you choose vector, or you type 5 and then you type equal. And then I will just define my first vector A as my vector AB. Of course, you can define other vector like B and C here, but I will just do A here. So vector A, which is 1. This is 2 dimension because you only have I and J here, so it's 2. So I just type 3 equal negative 4 equal. Alright, right now I already defined my vector A. So what I want to do next is I want to tell the calculator like, please help me to calculate the unit vector for vector A. So this is what you need to do. You need to type option and then you go for the vector calculation, which is 3 here. Then you will just type option again and then you go down. So you should be able to see the words unit vector. So I will type 4, which is unit vector. Alright, then I wanted to tell the calculator that I want a unit vector for vector A. Then I type option again. I look for vector A, which is 3 here. Alright, then I will type equal. Then the calculator will tell me, okay, my x value is 0.6 and my y value is negative 0.8, which is exactly same with my answer here. Alright, so the problem for this calculator is this calculator will always simplify for you in decimal. Yeah, so yeah, of course you can still use the S to D to change it to the fraction, but then this calculator will not show you in this form. Because normally in SBM exam, yeah, you can leave your unit vector in this form, which is 1 over 5 multiply the column vector 3, negative 4, or sometime the student will actually leave in I and j form. They will just do something like 3i minus 4j over 5, and then they simplify like 3 over 5i minus 4 over 5j. Yeah, sometimes the student will leave your answer like this. If you leave like this, then it's still fine, because you just need to like change each of it into the fraction 3 over 5, and then go down, you do S to D button, change to negative 4 over 5, and then you should know top one is for your I, and then the bottom one is for your J. Alright, so yeah, I find this function actually is quite useful for you to double check your unit vector value, whether it is correct or wrong. Anyways, I hope you find this video helpful.
So if you are interested to buy this calculator, I will share the Lazada link at my description below. The link will bring you to the Casio Flagship store, because right now, the Casio Malaysia are doing the promotion. Whoever buy this calculator from them, they will actually free you a Casio L file. I believe this file is waterproof. So this is how you insert the paper into the L file. I believe you know what is L file. And at the same time, if you insert the promotion code, which is my name, I will share at the description below as well, they will give you another 5 ringgit discount for the calculator. Yeah, I guess that's all for this video. Yeah, if you have any question, please post at the comment below, or else I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.